Hey guys, Mike here with Discount Forklift. Right behind me is going to be our lift Ollie, which is a Raymond 4,000 pound capacity stand-up electric docker is what we would call them. The difference between a docker and a reach truck, for example, as you can see, a docker actually has some front wheels here as well as an independent mast that has some tilt cylinders, so that's how you can kind of distinguish between that. We do have a reconditioned decal here on our battery, which obviously our technicians went through a process to make sure this battery is going to last a long time and it's able to meet at least the minimum standards to perform, at least for working for companies, all that fun stuff, so you guys have a good shift with this. You got your controls here, obviously, so ignition where the key is, obviously turn on like a car, that's your emergency stop. This is going to be your controls for your side shift, your mast. This is to raise it up, lower it down. This obviously to go forward and backwards. And this is your quote-unquote steering wheel. You need to depress this pedal right here to make sure that if you're not on it, it also acts as a safety. So when you step on it, you can ride it around, do all that fun stuff. When you take your foot off of it, it's actually an emergency brake. So it's a good safety feature. Now if we go to your mast, typical mast is usually a 3-stage, but we're actually lucky today because Ollie comes with a 4-stage mast, which means you can go over 20 feet with this. It's great for those high to reach places that you need to go up to, as well as the not tilt cylinder, but the side shift capabilities on this, as well as the full free lift, which is what this cylinder is, which allows these forks to raise up past the mast first, instead of a traditional lift, which means that this mast would actually have to move up first in order to pull those forks. So this is definitely great for that. Safety painted forks, which are painted red with yellow tips, indicate at least where you're able to gauge where you're trying to put them in a pallet, all that fun stuff. Now when you do purchase a lift from us, we always include a gift bag. This gift bag is going to contain a few items. One's going to come with a really nice hat, one of our brands, Octane. I suggest you guys look into that. It's a brand new line that we've carried for years. And then we also have one of our company shirts that we would like to give you guys. Made out of some very good material, very, very soft. This is the front part of the shirt right here. And of course, this is what the back looks like. Something that a lot of people love wearing our stuff because of how comfortable it is, as well as us being able to take care of them and make sure that they have their heavy equipment needs met. The other thing that we also throw into this, which is most beneficial, is going to be the forklift maintenance guide. So we include this with every purchase. This goes through anything with internal combustion engines, electric forklifts, watering systems. I mean, you name anything that you have a question on, you guys could always go to this and make sure to use as a reference. It has inspection details, what to look for if you're actually going to go on shift with this thing, and know how to properly inspect it to make sure it's going to be suitable unless any work needs to be done. But that is something that we always include with every purchase. So whoever finds Ollie a good home for them, hopefully it'll be one of you guys watching this video, you guys will have this bag included. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and set this in here, and I'm also going to start this up, give you guys kind of a demo on how this thing works. So immediately coming in, looks like obstructions are free. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lift here. We have a partial charge, so before we send this out, it'll actually be fully charged, which is great. So you guys, as soon as you get off the truck, you guys are able to go to work with it immediately. I'm going to step on that pedal. Now you can hear the drive motors kick on. What this allows us to do is obviously go forward, or I can go backwards. Okay. Now the thing with these lifts, typically they are going to drive a little bit faster because they all are fly-by-wire, if you want to call it that. But it allows them to essentially have no kind of combustion engine, which means there's a delay. These don't have a delay. As soon as you hit that throttle, it's going to move. So be mindful of that. Backup alarm, so anybody behind you can hear that, as well as you have a spotting light here, which allows you to actually measure distances, especially if you're going up. But you can kind of see here too, the way that this is designed with that rear wheel, it's going to have much tighter tolerances to turn. So effectively, it should work better in tighter aisles. But there are lifts that are specific for that as well, such as an narrow aisle reach. So if I continue to keep going back and forth, you're going to notice these alarms kick on, going reverse. And obviously doing full turns like this. Okay, now if I take my foot off, you hear that beeping? Now it turns the drive motors off, but you can't do anything until I step back on it. Now you hear everything kick back on. Now we're gonna go ahead and turn this in a different way so I can actually point this mast to my camera guy here. Show you guys how that looks. Try to square this up much better so you guys have a better view of it. All right. Now to raise it up, you have thumb controls. So essentially all you're going to do is just rotate that forward. Now I'm not going to go all the way up because I definitely don't want to make a sunroof into this building potentially. So I'm just going to go up enough so you guys can actually see all the stages engaged. So that is raising it up, lowering it down. This is going to be your tilt function. So you have arrows kind of like on a video game console. So if I'm looking at straight like this, the arrow to the right is going to make it tilt forward. The arrow towards me is going to allow this to tilt back. And then as far as the side shift is going to be the up arrow, as well as the down arrow. So going up on that arrow is going to allow it to shift left, allowing it to move. The down arrow is going to allow it to move right. Essentially, it kind of conforms to the front here, so left, right, up, down, tilt. So that's kind of an easier way to manage that. So I'm going to lower this down to the ground. There's actually one thing I got to show you. Every forklift that we provide for you guys will have a data tag. That data tag is going to contain some information right here, which is located inside where you're going to be standing. That is going to have all the information on your forklift. It's going to have the model number, the serial number. It's going to have the recommended capacities with the forks all the way up to the top because of the displacement, as well as the D-rate from the weight, as well as the forks being 6 inches off the ground. All the technical specs that you guys need. Now, on behalf of Discount Forklift, because this one does not have a home yet, looking forward to actually having her go out to one of you guys and have a good workhorse. Raymond is made by Toyota, so it's definitely something that a lot of people look forward in this. So thanks for helping and tuning into our channel so we can get this out there, and hopefully when you guys can bring her home. Thank you.